Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 225. My name is Dan, and I'll be your host today. Before we start off, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe, tell your friends, hit the little bell to be notified, and especially get the thumbs up going so we can change this YouTube algorithm. So cheers to you all. Thank you for watching. All right. So today's episode is going to be about EPs that I have. So I did an episode with the Kansas Connection a few months ago. I forget how long. Anyway, we decided to do our top 3 EPs. And it took me a few months to get this train of thought going, but I'm like, I wonder how many or what are all the EPs that I have. So today I'm going to be doing part 1, because this is good enough for part 2. And there's a few little side notes I want to add. Please comment along to see if there's any EPs that I missed. This is alphabetical, so if you're wondering why there's no W bands, let's say, well, it's because it's going to be in part 2. This is from A to M, if I remember correctly here. So if there's any that I'm missing, which should be worthwhile getting, let me know. So we'll start off, like I said, this is no particular order. This is just the EPs that I have. What is an EP, by the way? It stands for extended play. So it's longer than a 45 or a maxi single, but shorter than a long LP, which is long play, which is an EP is usually, I guess, less than half hour. Sometimes you'll have 6 to 7 songs on the EP. So there you go. That's what an EP is. Shorter album, let me put it that way. Mostly between 5 and 6, 7 songs. Definitely. Anyway. So I'll go with the first 3 that I don't have on vinyl yet. I know the first one exists, which is AC/DC Jailbreak 74. See, the funny thing is with this one, there was a video for like the longest time for Jailbreak, and we saw it on the Power Hour, and I'm like, how can I not find that song? Like you're looking, and of course it was released much later. This apparently the rest of the songs, You Ain't Gotta Hold on Me, Show Business, Soul Stripper, and Baby Please Don't Go, were released on the original version of from Australia. So yeah, this was released in '84 as a 5-song EP with Jailbreak, which is a great song. I wished it would play it live, to be honest. I used to hate that video. Like, that song just didn't do anything to me as a much not wiser, as an adult. I find the song has grown very well. So yeah, it's just odd at a time we're like, what the hell is Jailbreak on? We didn't know here in Canada. So there you go. AC/DC Jailbreak 74. That's a good one here. I guess I'll get it on vinyl eventually. This next one I know does not exist on vinyl, and even if it does, probably won't get it, because this is an EP, Autograph Louder, which came out just before their the hell is it called there? The one with the spaceship. Anyway, same songs. Get Off Your Ass. That's it. That's the name of the album here. So this is Louder. And I did like this one here, but at the time there was no mention of an album called Get Off Your Ass. There was this, they had just reunited. So like, hey, let's make new music. All 4 songs here are on the Get Off Your Ass LP. Turn Up the Radio Live, if I remember correctly, is also on the LP. So, I mean, I got it because at the time I didn't know there was going to be an album coming out a year or maybe 2 later. But yeah, I have it. So Autograph Louder. Geez, it's good music. It's just same fucking thing as the album that came after. Just the album had more songs. Next up, this one also does not does not exist on vinyl, but it was talked about on the Kansas Connection favorite 3 EPs. This was one of Steve's choices. So apparently he doesn't even own this. So Kick Tracy. This one has 6 songs, if I remember correctly. Yeah. After he talked about it, I did go and listen to it 2 or 3 times. It's good. It's again, Kick Tracy are not. A lot of people think they're great. I think they're good. They're decent there. But anyway, yeah, Kick Tracy Field Trip would be their second, or well, they had a first album called No Rules. This would be their second release, and call it a day after this one apparently. So Kick Tracy, right here, no, right here, Field Trip. There you go. Written on the bus. That's it for the CDs. Now on vinyl, some good stories attached to these here. Well, in my mind anyway. Got this was because this was actually fairly cheap, but Anthrax Pinnekufasin, so means nice fucking EP, backwards. They have a couple of nice fucking this, nice fucking that there. I forget what, I like Anthrax there. I don't have anything, or I don't have that much of their collection there, but this one's good. And I remember, so Parasites on this is a Kiss cover. What I do, well, actually Antisocial's great also. That's one of my, but it's one time I was playing this record and Friggin' and the Riggin' was playing. My dad's like, hey, that's a good song. I'm like, it's a joke song there. But yeah, it's got some good stuff on here. So Anthrax, Pinnekufasin, there you go, I can say it there, which is nice fucking EP, spelled backwards. If you're Anthrax collector, yeah, you have to have this. So there you go, Anthrax, Pinnekufasin. All right, this one here. This was on my wish. The original version was on my wish list for my wanted to do a sexist album cover, and my friend Pascal and I went to Montreal to go shop for records one day, and I was leaving the store, and he sees this album in the window. He goes, "Oh my God, Dan, you have to get this!" And I'm looking at the price. I'm like, "Okay, it's a good price. Fuck, let's go back in." So I went and got Celtic Frost, the Emperor's Return. So let's call a spade here. I only bought this because of the titties, to be featured on my next, whenever that is. I kind of stopped searching for sexist album covers. If you guys have any ideas, I still have some doozies I want to show, but not enough to make an episode out of it. So anyway, yeah, I bought Celtic Frost. It's a reissue of their EP or mini album, Emperor's Return. I listened to it once to make sure it works. I do know the song Circle of Tyrants that played on the Power Hour many a times. That was probably the only video they were playing at the time, even more often than Cherry Orchards or Orchards or whatever. But anyway, yeah, here's Celtic Frost, the Emperor's Return. Probably the only, I would maybe get Cold Lake just for shits and giggles there. There we go. All right, this one again. I jump the gun often, but this EP, I'm glad I have it because of its size, and you'll see what I mean here. But this EP, all the songs ended up, most of them anyway, ended up on his next album, which I was like, fuck. So here's Alice Cooper, the Breadcrumbs EP. Now I'm just going to show you the difference. See the size? This is a 12-inch. This is a 10-inch EP. So you've got side Detroit City. Why does he keep redoing that song? It's not that great to begin with. Actually, the first version is actually the best version. This was on this, I believe, on Detroit Stories. I'm like, oh my God, like, and 3 times. Go Man Go, East Side Story, Your Mama Won't Like Me, Devil with the Blue Dress On. That's like a cover, Sister Anne. But anyway, I got it. I love the fact that, you know, the size is 10-inch EP. You don't really see these often here, but glad I have it. But it is a little bit of a waste. There you go. So Alice Cooper, the Breadcrumbs EP. I think, was this yeah, it's 20,000 copies made. I got 12,648. Next one here. I don't usually do live albums, but this one has a new extra track, Dio Intermission. So this is off the Sacred Heart tour, but there is a new song called Time to Burn on it, which is good. It's not great. It's a good song. So, but yeah, this is a little mini live album from Dio. It's a good listen, but yeah, you gotta buy it if you're a Dio fan. You at least gotta get it for the new studio track called Time to Burn. So there you go, Time to Burn off Dio Intermission. Intermission, if I understood the story correctly, he did a tour of Sacred Heart, then took a break, did this, then came back and did the Sacred Heart tour part 2, because apparently it was a success. I never even heard of it here in Canada. But part 2 was with Craig Goldie on guitar, not Vivian Campbell, because he had been sacked or fired by that time. There you go, Dio Intermission. All right, this one here is actually, I'm glad to have found this one here again for some tracks that I did not have. I love these guys, but Electric Boys, Gone, Gone, Gone. This is off the Ghost Ward Diaries, but there's 2 live songs. But the reason I got this was for a song called Dishes. When the Ghost Ward Diaries, oh my God, I got this off of Pledge Music at the time. That doesn't exist because go read up on Pledge Music to see what happened. It's pretty bad. It doesn't exist anymore. But anyway, got it. And at the time of Ghost Ward Diaries, we were able to pre-order a Dishes single or a 45. Apparently there was not enough interest, so they scrapped that idea of people, you know, getting a 45, but they put it on an EP instead. I don't know the whole story beside it there. But Dishes is a great song. Should have been on the Ghost Ward Diaries album, if you ask me. But yeah, 6 songs. 2 of them are repeated. Gone, Gone, Gone is a repeated song. Suffer Dishes is the one good. And of course, 2 live songs from their old catalog. There you go. Electric Boys, Gone, Gone, Gone. All right, this one. So if you're watching part 1, you'll need to watch part 2 also when it comes out, because there's a mention. So again, this was mentioned on the Kansas Connection, where Steve, this was one of his favorite EPs. Now, I remember him, we did the episode, I remembered it, and for some reason after I watched the episode, I forgot about it. Then one time my friend Pascal sends me a video on my via text, and I was like, oh my God, check this video out. And it was like a train wreck video. The song's good, but it's like a train or a car crash where you can't look away. It's like, oh my God, this is bad, but I need to keep watching. So it was Geisha Phantasmagoria. So I don't know the whole story behind how Pascal, like I know Steve has this, and Pascal for some reason bought it because I don't know if he found out about it because Steve that day, like I said, I completely forgot about it. And Pascal sends me this and goes, I need to get this because there's X or future King Diamond members from this band, Pete Black and what the hell? I love fucking things. Okay, anyway, there's a Pete Black and I forget the other guy, but anyway, they went on to go into to play for King Diamond various times. So my friend Pascal bought the cassette, which has extra songs than this. I again don't have a CD player, so I bought the, and it's good. It's good stuff. Like I said, I only listened to it once or twice since I got it because it's fairly new. But you got what it takes. You got to see the video for that on YouTube. It's especially the part where there's that little newborn baby. It's worth it just for the little baby. So check out You Got What It Takes from Geisha. It's on YouTube. Quite the this is again the reason I'm saying if you're watching part one, you got to watch part two, where this is to what Alice Cooper was. And then next episode, I'm going to talk about another band, which is somewhat similar. So Alice Cooper is the big band. This one was a little small one, small wannabe Alice Cooper type band there. So more to come on another band that's kind of got the same backstory. Well, in my head anyway. So Geisha, Phantasmagoria, a good one here. Thanks, Steve. All right, these ones will go fast because these guys probably make the best EPs out there because they release an album, then an EP, an album, then an EP, and so on. So I'm talking about Ghost. This is if you have Ghost, which has, again, why is this worthwhile? Well, again, it's not on any album. I'm a Marionette was on the CD version of Infestusamum, whatever their second album there. Secular Haze Live. They do some good covers. I'll get more on that later. They choose some of the most obscure covers to do. So I'll give Ghost that, love or hate Ghost, their choice of covers is actually very good. Really obscure songs. They usually choose, some of them are pretty popular there. But anyway, if you have Ghost from Ghost, of course, not to be outdone, this is probably my favorite EP of theirs, which is Pope Star, which is actually, I find this actually to be pretty clever. So some people who say Ghost is not metal, well, this album's called Pope Star, which is pop star, right? Square Hammer, great, probably one of their best songs ever. But I believe again, these are all other covers. Missionary Man, they did was probably a fairly popular song here in Canada at the time anyway, by the Eurythmics. But I believe, I forget who these bands are, but I believe is so, you listen to it with your eyes closed and you're like, wow, what a powerful, slow song. Anyway, I just love this EP. This is by far my favorite EP of theirs. So Pope Star. And of course, last year, they came out with Phantomime. Love the artwork here. I haven't listened to this one as much, I'll be honest. Probably my least favorite, but Jesus, He Knows Me. Great cover by Genesis. Hanging Around and See No Evil, I don't really remember as much. Phantom of the Opera by Iron Maiden. I think they were nominated for a Grammy for that cover, to be honest. And We Don't Need Another Hero. Again, a Tina Turner, rest in peace, but not my favorite Tina Turner song, to be honest there. Again, this was good. It just like, I didn't listen to it as much. Since I started doing this YouTube channel, I tend to buy stuff more than I listen to. But anyway, Ghost, Phantomime, there's another great EP right here. Oh my God, this one, you could see how long I've had this one here. So another live album, you could see all the friggin', this is Still works perfectly, but the cover is like such shit here. Live plus one Freely's Comet. This came after just having one album. Rip It Out, Breakout. I love that. This is actually a very good live EP album. I would even say better than the Dio one. Plus comes with an extra bonus new studio song called Words Are Not Enough. Well, yeah, this comes with Rip It Out, Breakout, Something Moved, and Rocket Ride Live. Great. It's I wish I would have seen this version of the band there, but yeah. Anyway, Freely's Comet live plus one, which the plus one means there's one new studio track. But there you go. Freely's Comet. This one I like. My friend Pascal loves this EP. I like it. Not my favorite there, but the Halloween EP. I forget which came first. This, I keep forgetting. What came first, this or Walls of Jericho? Starlight, Murderer, Warrior, Victim of Fate, and Cry for Freedom. I got this last summer just so I can rebuy everything that I have on CD, right? Actually, this was paired with Walls of Jericho at the time. So anyway, Halloween EP. I like it. I don't love it. It's heavy. Imagine the Walls of Jericho without the catchiness of, you listen to it, the hook, the earworm there. These are good songs. They're just missing that little hook or earworm, the catchiness of that was on Walls of Jericho. So there you go. Halloween EP. Okay. I bought these guys because of Martin Popoff. Apparently, I'm the only one of my gang that, even from the Kansas connection, they're not very popular, but I like Highway Child. This one's actually very decent. This, their fourth one, which is a newer one, is not that good there. The recording is all over the place. Looks like some songs were recorded a decade earlier. That's why the sound sometimes jumps up and down. But the first three, the first album, then this EP, then their last one there, I like them. It's a different type of hair metal. It's imagine hair metal, but I'm trying to the bass is not, it's like a synthesizer bass, if that makes any sense. I betcha you've never heard this type of hair metal before. Power and the Force, yeah, the more I listen to these guys, the more I find them actually very underappreciated. I know I did an episode about these guys. This was over a year ago at least there. I enjoy them more now again than Martin gave. The reason I got this is like he gave this a 10 out of 10. I'm not a 10 out of 10 yet, but yeah, Highway Child is actually worth checking out. Especially the first two if you're looking for something very original. The third one, which is Rockarama, is typical hair metal. There's nothing really that original. It's still very catchy. But this one and Storybook Heroes, I would say, are their most original material. So, Highway Child, For the Wild and Lonely. There you go. Okay, I got three more here. Again, I like these guys. Don't love them, but this is my favorite album of them. Happens to be an EP. So Hurricane, Take What You Want. See, they were competing with your likes of Poison, Warrants. Well, maybe not at the time. This was at the same time as Quiet Riot and Twisted Sister. I think this was. Jesus Christ, this is written small. I think this was a little, probably at the same time as Quiet Riot and Twisted Sister's popularity there. So they're not bad songs or bad musicians. They're great musicians, probably better than Twisted Sister and Quiet Riot, to be honest. But they were missing that little, the next level of catchiness for the grand masses. I'm not talking about your guys like me who buy everything and anything and everything, not just what is on the radio. This was never on the radio. But and the CD has there was reissued on CD. This one has 6 songs. The CD reissue has like 10 songs, if I remember correctly. So, but nothing wow from the CD. This is actually a very good listen from A to Z. And check out that album cover. If I had seen that at the time, again, this was zero on the radar here in Canada. I don't know about other countries, but I don't know anybody who knew or loved or had Hurricane in their collection. Nor did I see this in record stores, which I remember I saw my friend Yan this weekend, and we're talking about old record stores we used to go to. And for some reason, Discus was, but before Discus, there was Abbey Road. I completely forgot about that at Place d'Orleans. I'm like, oh my God, thank you for that. Anyway, that was a little side story. I'm like, fuck, Abbey Road, then Discus, and I think Music World and HMV came into, back when people were shopping for music, the good old days. Man, those days were great. So anyway, Hurricane, Take What You Want. Great EP. If you want to listen to some Hurricane, to me, this is their best one. 2 more. Bought this last year. No, 2021 actually. See, just to show you how much I have it, because I have everything of this guy. So, Danko Jones, the EP. This is Sugar Chocolate. This is all these. How Danko Jones started was he was just kept recording these singles over and over. Some of these singles ended up as a first album, but these are new ones here, but good. Like I said, it's what the early Danko Jones is not what I like the most, but I'm glad to have this here. So Danko Jones is just called Danko Jones. Yeah, got this on his website at the time. So I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at. Is that a pedal? What the hell is this? You can tell me what this is, please let me know. What the hell is this? I'll put it again on the screen so you can have time to look at it. Danko Jones EPs. It looks like a mic hanging, or it could be a pedal on the floor like that. I don't know. If you know, let me know. And last one for part 1. This was the last album I got from this band. If you want some good stuff from this band, this is their first album, which is an EP. Check out album number 2 and 3. So I'm talking about Lion, Power, Love. Every song on this EP ends up being on album 2 and 3 anyway. There's nothing new. And if you ask me, the recordings aren't as good. There's more balls and bottom end on Dangerous Attraction and Trouble in Angel City. Is that the name of the album? I forget. But yeah, same band members here, or most of them anyway. Again, if you're a completist and you need all line discography like me, well, yeah, of course, get this. But there's absolutely nothing new song-wise. They're just earlier versions of songs that would end up being better on album number 2 and 3, my opinion. So there you go. Lion, Power, Love. And that is end of part 1 for all the EPs that I have. So stay tuned for next episode. You know the drill by now. I'm either posting on Tuesdays and Fridays. So this is going to be on Friday morning. So this coming Tuesday, you'll get to see part 2 of And as I'm recording this, I need to realize I just need to go take a shit. So I'll see you guys on episode 2, and we shall see you guys later. Have yourselves a great whatever. I'm off to go take, you know what. Take care. Bye-bye.